Chicago Fire Season 10 just wrapped up, and the fans have a lot of opinions. We all know that a TV series that has made it to its 10th season must have some very staunch followers. Like, come on, these guys have invested years in the show, and Kelly Severide has been a part of this journey from the beginning. So let's get into what the fans are saying. It all starts with, "Oh, no you didn't." That's right, when we said fans had a lot of opinions, what we really meant was that they have a lot of emotions. When you've been a part of the story for this long, the characters do seem personal because they have been in our lives and on our screens for years. The man playing this character, Taylor Kinney, won the People's Choice Award for Favorite Dramatic Actor, which goes on to show that the audience connected with him. Some characters just make a place in our lives, don't they? This is what happened here too. We got on this journey in 2012, and now in 2022, 10 years later, we all have some expectations from the writers. With Jesse Spencer, who plays Matt Casey, leaving the show, the limelight is now entirely on Kelly, and it seems that the fans aren't thrilled with what they have been served. There were hopes that Kelly will abandon his self-destructive ways and finally turn a new leaf. The past seasons show him leaving behind a trail of broken relationships. He's always been a ladies' man, and for obvious reasons, flinging from one relationship to another and sometimes just even flinging. Kelly has certainly mended his ways in the recent season, but was this enough to get him married? Like, what were these guys thinking? People don't change in an instant, and there's so much that's left up in the air. How will the writers answer that? The fans need answers. Let's get to what marriage means for Kelly. Well, it's supposed to show stability, and to be honest, we get it to some extent, but like, what is this patriarchal hell? The only way to redeem a guy is through marriage? Oh yeah, this one has left his womanizing days behind, so let's get him hitched. Why? What on earth is going on? The character has evolved, no doubt about that, but there were other ways this could have been brought to light. For example, what about raising Leslie Shae's, another firefighting character who later dies, child? Kelly tries to help Leslie Shae become a mother via surrogacy, so they were quite close, and there was something deeper there that the fans would have loved to see. But no, marriage maketh the man perfect, or so it seems to the writers of Chicago Fire. Instead of going with more nuanced character development, the writers just decided to adopt the cliched storyline where the guy meets that perfect girl and suddenly wants to change himself for the better. Are all men the same? Is there no depth to anything they feel? 10 years? 10 years? And this is what we get? Lazy writing? No wonder that fans have issues. This needs to be fixed. So, what were the fans hoping for? Fatherhood? No, you heard us correctly. We said fatherhood. Fans really wanted Kelly to have a child with Leslie Shae, even an accidental one, so that this character could have been developed better. The fans seem to think that fatherhood would have suited the character better and would have easily given him the depth and growth the writers are now striving for. Some of these fans should definitely have a one-on-one meeting with the writers. These people have some amazing ideas, and Kelly's character really needs that kind of support. Abandoning Shae's and Kelly's storyline was one of the biggest storyline mistakes the series writers have made. Kelly has been a problematic character, but his relationship with his friends has been essential to who he is. But he always found reliable people, and the fans feel that. Even if not romantically linked, Shae and him having a child would have really grounded him and made him more thoughtful in his life. But wait, is that it, or is there more to this? While most fans think that the series has taken a more diplomatic turn and has turned the show into one of those run-of-the-mill TV series, we feel there's more to this than resentment. We think it began with Kelly getting back with his ex-girlfriend who turns up pregnant, despite the fact that he and Leslie were trying to become parents via surrogacy. Then the writers just went ahead and completely abandoned Shae's hopes of becoming a mother and eventually killed her. Nicely done, writers. We just can't stop shaking our heads. Matt Olmstead, the executive producer of the series, has admitted that killing Shae's character was entirely based on creative reasons and nothing else. How creative, you guys. Oh wow. So it's not just how Kelly's character has been developed. There is more to this. While the fans have been patiently waiting for the series to finally correct its path and fulfill their dreams, it seems that their hopes have been dashed further. We just hate it when this happens. We take our TV shows very seriously, writers. Sirs, madams, we thought you should know. Now, in other related news and updates, first up, the underdog of the show. So like we said, all is not well in the Chicago Fire fandom. Another thing that's been annoying to the fans is the writers not giving Christopher Herman his 15 minutes of fame, a beloved character who has made a place for himself in the hearts of the fans. Despite being on the show for 10 years, the guy has been playing an underdog. He is one of the best firefighters, has a heart of gold, but the writers keep on denying him the hero status. Give him some limelight. It won't take away from other characters. We feel that Herman is one of those characters who are initially used as fillers but go on to plant roots in the series. It's a high time that the writers and showmakers start listening to the fans because it seems like they've been making one mistake after another. Now to Mouch's time on the show. It seems like Chicago Fire fans do love the characters with all their heart, and Mouch is no different. The character has been seen as a literal sweetheart who always gets into trouble for mischief, but would he be coming back for season 11? Well, the answer is yes. While we saw so many characters say goodbye, Chicago Fire would never be the same without Mouch. Christian Stolte, who plays Mouch, has talked about loving the environment of the show and his ease with the rest of the cast. We hope that we'll see more of him on our scenes this time. Let's not forget Matt Casey. No Chicago Fire news is complete without mentioning Matt Casey, the leading protagonist of the show with Kelly. While the characters have said goodbye for now, Jesse, playing Matt on the show, has talked about how hard it was to decide to leave. The actor has also mentioned that this might not be the final goodbye. So, all you Jesse fans out there, don't lose heart. While we were all sorry to see Jesse go, we are holding on to the hope that he will return to the show in the future. Well then, who has made the cut? We have been racking our brains about who'll make it back on the show. We bet you guys had some sleepless nights too, but fret no more, because we have a list of all the characters making it back on the show. Kelly Severide, Wallace Bowden, Sylvie Brett, Christopher Herman, Stella Kidd, Joe Cruz, Randy Mouch McColland, Darren Ritter, Blake Gallio, and Violet Mikami have made the cut. We hope that your favorite character has made it back to the show. Ours sure has, and we are very excited to see what comes next. And finally, season 11 premiere dates and what's next? Well, another chance to right all the wrongs. Chicago Fire has been renewed for season 11, and it'll be back on our screens in the USA on September 21st this year. That's right, and we are pretty excited to see how things go. In line with how it aired previously, the show has been sandwiched between Chicago PD and Chicago MED. All shows are making a comeback this fall. Get ready for a brilliant midweek treat, y'all! We know we are excited. We do hope the fans get their time's worth. Hopefully, all these messages will make it to the writers and maybe they'll rethink some storylines. We've got our fingers crossed. While the show dates are here, we aren't exactly sure what season 11 holds for the fans. The show ended with Kelly and Stella married and off on their honeymoon in a cabin. Let's just wait to find out who was in the truck that pulled outside their cabin and what it could mean for the future. We hope we're in for a treat. That's a wrap for this video. What about Chicago Fire's new storyline isn't working out for you? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.